Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Hell's Paradise episode number 7 reaction. So the previous episode we had to battle Rokurota. He's a big guy and yeah, he is extremely strong. First of all, Genji's big chunk of his stomach was taken off by Rokurota completely, and he's like almost dying. Sagiri tries to go and help him out, and then in like little by little they kind of talk, even though he was like almost dying, and he tells Sagiri how she kind of embodies both strength and like kindness. Usually like warriors kind of like let go of their kindness or their whole like the nice like the good part of them to become stronger. So but Sagiri is not that. She has both of it, and that's why he tells her to strike a good balance between them. That might be the way she has to take. And yeah, later on she takes that advice and teams up with Gabimaru, and we are able to defeat Rokurota in the end. Sagiri deals the final finishing blow, and yeah, that was it. So that's out of the way. Genji unfortunately wasn't able to survive. The whole forest was also in flame because Gabimaru used his ninjutsu, and now Sagiri has Genji's sword, which Genji gave to her, and yeah. Then later on, they find out a village, an abandoned almost village. So we'll get to see what's going on over there. While over there, the Bandit King, I always forget his name, and then his brother both come across a scene where there's like two people just yeah. So we don't know what's up with that as well. Let's see what happens in this episode. So let us begin. All right, so I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Oh my god, here we go. They're like, what? So, wait, that voice. Soshin. Yeah, are they like some kind of deities? Oh. Wait, what? Oh my god. Alright, I was not expecting that. That really got me off guard. I'm not. I'm 100% sure those are not friends. What the? Oh, is this that girl we see in the opening? On top of a tree? Like there's like a tree, tree kind of person, and on top of the tree. I think so. Let's see. This girl, that girl, we saw. This girl. Yep, that's definitely her. Hmm. Flowers and offerings. Oh, there she is. Wow, she can run quite fast. Okay. Whoa, the completely pink hair. Oh my god, here we go. The tree dude is here. Bonsai? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I guess. Well, we just gotta dodge. Yep. And that. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Sagi's leaves as well. True. There you go. Like, you guys deserve that, actually. You ran away in the previous battle. Gotta do this. Oh, wait, what the? What? Ah, I see. Wait, what? What the? Wait, is that her ninjutsu? Like, secreting slime? Oh, damn. I guess she can, like, like. Yo! Oh! Yo! He let down his guard, obviously. Well, I'm sure she has been training. Yeah. Ooh, hopefully she answers our. Oh god, I feel like. Hey! What is that? God blow? Yeah. Whoa! Oh, it hurt him from the inside, I think. Uh, ooh. Well, you did attack him first. Oh, what the? Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Hmm. Wait, can she even speak our language? Well, yeah. Okay. Oh no, I feel like okay. Wow. Well, you punched him. What? Okay. I don't think so. She has some weird power. He got his glasses back. Well, now what? Can she even speak our language? Probably Sagiri. Oh my god. I was not expecting this voice from this tree guy. No, I guess. Oh, that's good. Yeah, great. Well, we have no other. Yeah, we have no other leads, so yeah. Hopefully, this is not some trap. All right. It's like a lot of tree roots. 1,000 years. Oh my god. Oh, so was this like a civilization 1,000 years ago? Interesting. This island had a civilization, I guess. And there must be. Like we can see like houses and stuff. She wants to go to the bath. Oh my god. Great. Oh my god. Well, I guess. Sagirin monitor you. Yeah, I see. uh, oh boy. Yep. Oh, dolls. She still hasn't spoken, like I said. Maybe she doesn't know our language. But no, no. The tree is speaking our language, so. No, maybe Gabimaru can. Oh, those are. Oh, yeah, those are some nice fruits. What? Okay. Won't tell you. Why did you ask? uh, hmm. All right, great. Just. Ah, all right, maybe later. Yeah. Well, you gotta eat. If you have to stay in this island. Otaku. Ah. Hmm. I see. If deities, if gods exist, then I'm sure it does. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Done. What? Huh. Ishu Hojo. Okay. Mik. Hmm. No, they live here, so I'm sure. Ah, I see. Whoa! Oh, is this Tencent? There you go. Damn. Soshin. Damn. Boy. Whoa. Wait, so the. Oh no. No, he's telling that either way we are going to die. Like, Tencent is going to get us. That's what he's just telling us. So this is like the final. Yeah, this is like the final bit of hospitality that he can provide us. Wait, so they died? Oh my god. Oh boy. Okay, he's alive. Oh, wow. I see. Hmm. That is fine. Probably not. He genuinely he didn't answer. Is the girl the same as him? All right. Oh wow. He was he dozing. Hmm. Uh, I see. So those two actually went into the innermost layer. Popo. Man. Oh. So she's the same. Ah, I see. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, she's gonna cry. Well, okay, come on, Gamimaru. Well, yeah. Well, it's not the same here. Damn, he's hurt so much. You can see that. Oh, wait, wait. So she doesn't have the. No, no. Did she not have the regeneration? Gunman. Wow, Gunman is. Wow, she's so so particular about everything. No, what I was going to say is like she has a scar. So, so doesn't she regenerate, or did she get the scar before? Hmm. Did she bring that with her? Oh, wow. Oh my god. Wow. She said the same thing about him. Mm. Probably because you're like actually, yeah, like lowering your guard. Hmm. Well, life. Hmm. Wow. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I just realized that she was hiding her scar. Hmm. Hmm. Why looking at him? Yeah, what? Why? Well, hmm, yeah. What's happening? Yeah, going back and. Hmm. All right, this was a very, I guess you could say, very chill episode. Except that part where, what was his name? Tensen? I forgot his name. Those two attacking. Now, here's the thing. I do wonder what's going to happen to them. Like those two brothers, they seem important enough. Like I don't know. Like I get the vibe from them that they're important enough to the story that they will survive. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more. But it seems as if they're going to die now. Like it doesn't seem they will survive like this. So I wonder what's going to happen. Hmm. And interesting, one other thing, like the reason why like that, that person, I need to check out his name, his or her, like, changed from like a female to a male. Like I realized, like it's because I guess that person is a deity, like a god, and I do wonder what the other person with him was. Like was that another person, another god, or was that also part of him? Like that's what I'm thinking. Maybe like like gods and goddesses, they have a lot of legends. Like there's like so many like unusual legends as well. For example, I remember hearing about like a certain god or goddess, whatever, who had made like another clone of them because that person didn't have anyone to converse with. So maybe that's what's happening here as well. We actually saw two people, but maybe that was only one person, because I like that tree guy. He never really talked about anyone else. He was only talking about one person, that 10 whatever his name was. He was only talking about that one person. However, with that person, we also saw another person was there, the pink haired girl. So that's why I'm thinking maybe they're the same. Like that's also part of his or her body, or maybe not. Maybe that's a different god. But like I'm sure we'll all get our answers little by little. But for now, we can understand that that person in the end was is the strongest person here, and like the top person or whatever you think. you know so all right, we begin this episode with those two coming like into that scene of like the pink haired and the yellow haired girl. And here we go. Okay, the yellow haired, okay, she stands up and she's like, what are humans doing here? Where have I heard her voice? Her voice is so familiar. Is that, oh my god, I cannot. What's her, where have I heard the voice? Alright, wait a minute. First of all, what was the name? Like, just a minute. I need to remember all the names. Like, it's so inconvenient otherwise if I don't remember the name. Okay, first of all, I'm going to that part where the tree talks about that. Tencent, that's the name. Alright, wait a minute. You know what? Let me just check. Let me just give a quick check. Tencent. Uh, the voice actor. The voice actor and actress. All right. Just a minute. All right, I cannot find it. I went to my anime list to try to see the characters, but I wasn't able to find this person. I don't know why. Maybe later on, like I'll be able to find him. However, I thought about going to the wiki, but just in case there's spoilers, I didn't go to the wiki. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the voice actress, but I've heard the voice somewhere. I don't remember. Anyways, like we'll have plenty of time later on to like figure that out. But either way, here we can see these like the yellow haired girl. She stands up and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Like humans are not allowed." And one thing she says is that what are the Soshin doing? Now, one thing I was able to understand from the whole conversation that we were having in this episode, Soshins are those big things, aren't they? The as they call them, the incomplete gods, those the fish thing, and the others, the huge giants. I think those are the Sotians. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it felt like while by the way they were talking about. But anyways, the pink-haired one was more like, I guess you could say more accepting of the situation. She was like, oh, like, like they did come here. They're the first humans that we have seen in a while. So why don't you join us? While the the yellow-haired one was like, don't say that, don't be gross. And he like, he's like, unbelievable, gets pissed off and becomes a man. And then he's like, I'm going to kill them. Now, like I said, since they're gods, like there's no gender for them. They can become a man, they can become a woman, anything. Now, that is also why I'm thinking, like, all throughout this episode, we were just like, like the tree dude talked about Tensen. I think that's his name. And this guy, like, I think this guy is Tensen. So if he's Tensen, then why did the tree guy didn't talk about the other person that is with him, which is a pink-haired person? So that's why I'm thinking maybe the pink-haired person is also part of him, because gods and goddesses, like I said, they have the whole like the thing about like dividing in 2, 3, multiple people. So that's what I'm thinking. I might be completely wrong, but who knows? Either way, like Tensen is like, I'm gonna kill them, and that scene is over. We get back to Gabimaru's team, and Gabimaru's like looking at the village, and we see someone keeping an eye on them. Gabimaru sees that person, it's a little girl, and she starts running while Gabimaru starts following her, because obviously she's the only person who he can see now, and he needs information to get out of this island with the elixir of life, and for that he's going to do anything. So he starts running and like grabs the hoodie of the little girl, and he's like, wait, it's a little girl, like it's a child, like what's going on? And then immediately that tree dude comes in, attacks them, and Gabimaru's like, all right, you know what, we need to get that girl. And but they're like, but what about the tree? Gabimaru's like, no problem, goes and just completely shoves the tree in Yuzuriha and Senta's faces, and he's like, take care of them. Just runs away. Sagiri's also like, yeah, I gotta keep an eye on Gabimaru, so yeah, you take care of them. And I was like, good. In the previous battle, these two ran away. So now you gotta do it, like, you got what you did before. So there you go, like, tit for tat, I guess. But anyways, here we can see the Senta's like, like trying to like attack the monster, but Yuzura's like, stop. Takes away his glasses, and she's like, I don't want to see my trump card. So she does something. She consumes like some kind of medicine, I think. I'm not sure. And some slime starts. I'm not even sure if that's slime or her sweat. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks slimy, so I'm guessing it's slime. So she's like, I need to test my powers. Wait, just a minute. One thing. Wait a minute. She said, I want to test myself against a low-level enemy while I have the chance. Why? It seems as if, like, this should be her ninjutsu, shouldn't it? Why does she need to test it? Haven't she used this before? So I'm wondering why she said this. Oh, maybe she's saying that because she wants to test it against the enemies in this island. Like, I'm sure she has used this ninjutsu before in, like, in the mainland, against actual human beings. But I think she's saying this because she wants to test it against these, like, monster type of things. To figure out that whether it will work or not, just like it worked on the humans. I think that's what she meant by it. Yeah. So, what the funny thing is? Oh, there you go. She just says that after that. She says, I need to know if my ninjutsu works against monsters. There you go. She answers my question. Okay, so, what the funny thing is? We didn't get to see how she used her power. We just got to see the little bit of the slime that comes out of her body, and that's it. So even we don't know how she defeated the monster. All we know that she has something to, like, her power has something to do with the secretions that come out of her body. So that's all we know. So we are also in the dark. maybe we'll get to see later on how she actually fights using this. Like, yeah, how do you fight using slime? Like, I wonder. Maybe, maybe the tree slipped and fell. I'm sure that's not what happened. But that's why I'm saying, like, even we don't know what happened here. We are in the dark as well. We'll probably get our answers later on. Anyways, Ganmar is following the girl, and the girl is just like, just jumping around, like grabbing tree branches and just doing parkour. Which, like makes sense because she has been here in this forest for a long time. So I'm sure she is like very accustomed to the forest. And she definitely is very strong because, she probably jumps around all day. Jumping around like this, and if you do it like every day, do these type of things every day, you're gonna get stronger. So, and we don't even know if this girl is like an actual human being, or is she like also one of the like people here who have these special qualities. I just love how Gaguro casually just gets in front of her and he's like, "Oh, you seem accustomed to the woods." And he tries to say something to her, grabs her, and she just throws him down. Okay. Here, obviously, Gabimir could have dodged it, but the thing is, he let down his guard. He didn't realize that this would have happened. That's why he got flung down completely. So he's like, he gets up and he's like, "What the hell?" She shouldn't have been able to pull that off with the slender arms of a child. Okay, so Sagiri is like, "Stop, we need to actually ask you some question. We're not here to fight you or anything." And she actually stops. So Sagiri goes and Sagiri is like, oh, nice, you understand us, tries to touch her and move her towards her direction. And bam, she uses her glowing fist of whatever. And here, Gabimir says that this isn't simple brute strength, obviously, because what happens after this kind of shows us that. So she attacks him, and his face, his mouth starts bleeding. So that means that this is the type of attack, like he said, that doesn't really attack your external body. It also goes internally. So I'm sure the impact somehow went in and hurt him from the inside. That's why his mouth started bleeding. So he remembers Sagiri's battle against Rokurota, and he says we found too many incomprehensible things since arriving in the island. This girl, the monsters, the stone statues, the villages. This is supposed to be a simpler job. I don't think this was supposed to be a simple job. This was definitely going to be a troublesome one, because the reports that we got that people who came back has become flowers. Yeah. So he's like, I need to go back. I need to get the elixir of life. And they receive a pardon. Go back to my wife. And he is determined. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm desperate, so I need to do this. You did attack me, so there you go. So obviously, Sagiri is like, stop, Gabimir, don't hurt her. But Gabimir doesn't really hurt her. He just uses the roots of the place and ties her and just pulls her strings her up. Okay, so you know what the funny thing is? Even after getting tied up, she wasn't really that afraid. But the section when she starts getting afraid and starts crying is what happens after this. Gabimir was with his full bloodlust, directing it towards the little girl. He's like, I'm sick of everything being so difficult. I'm just looking for the elixir of life. Don't force me to do anything else. Like I said, full bloodlust, raging, and this is what makes the girl cry. Getting tied up and like that, not that, but Gabimir showing his ferocity. Is that a word? Yeah, I think so. And his bloodlust was the thing that made her break, and she starts crying like a little kid. This one was so funny because Gabimir was like, huh? What's happening? And Sagiri's like, yeah, obviously she's crying. Look what I've done. It's so funny because you can see from this and you can understand from this that Gabimir has no clue what what to do in like how to talk and interact with people, like with normal people, with people who are not in this whole this ninja business, or the this type of crazy business. Like we've seen in the flashbacks as well, when he interacts with his wife, he's clueless about everything. He doesn't know how to interact, doesn't know how to talk. All he knows is about killing. So, you can't really blame him here, because he didn't realize. He's like, oh, she attacked me, so so that's why I did it. Like, that's his logic. So obviously, him seeing her suddenly started crying like that, he's like, what? Like, surprised Pikachu face. He's like, this wasn't supposed to happen. Why is she crying? And Sagi's like, let her down first. And starts petting her head, Sagi. Oh my god. So, yeah, so Gaimon like, wait a minute, now that I look at her, she's like an ordinary kid. Now, in comes Yuzuriha, and like I said, we don't actually see how she defeated the tree, but the tree is down. So, they're like, what should we do in this situation? Gaimon's like, I need to ask them about the elixir of life. So, the tree suddenly starts speaking. He's like, please give me back. Yeah, please return her to me. I'll take you to the village. I'll tell you about the elixir. So obviously they are suspicious. They're like, yeah, you were not really helping us before this. Why suddenly now? But they don't really have any other choice. At first they were very skeptical. Yuzuri's like, nope, we're not going. And he's like, we have food in the village. And she's like, yeah, we have plenty of that. He's like, we have one, actual, a bathing place in the village. Yuzuri's like, yep, let's go then. So they're off on the way to the village. Now, obviously, it's obvious that they'll be a little bit suspicious. But at this situation, obviously, he's not going to pull a fast one on us. He's genuinely going to take us to the village and help us out, I guess. But anyways, we are here in the village, and he says something very important here. He says, until 1,000 years ago, it wasn't like this. So this means that there was like an actual civilization here, up until 1,000 years ago, and something must have happened from that point on. Was like, why, this island is like this now. So they get into their house, and Garmin was still asking him questions, but Yuzu is like, we need to go to the the bathing place. I cannot wait. So she goes and dips in the hot spring, and while the tree and the girl is like giving the wood to heat the bath up. So Yuzuriha, they're like, Garmin's like, is this the time to take a bath? And Yuzuriha's like, just keep quiet. Like, even Sagiri is here, but Sagiri is like, nope, I'm here to keep an eye on you. I'm here solely for business. I'm here, I'm duty bound. And while telling all of this, just gets into the bath, and she's like, yeah, I'm definitely duty bound, and completely almost melts down. Because it's like a hot bath. Obviously, after these crazy things that happened, yeah. They can lower their guard now a little bit. Even if you're the most veteran fighters, you cannot really keep your guard up all the time. You need some time to actually lower your guard. You get a little bit of little bit of rest and de-stress a little bit. It's like we just came here like this and we're making ourselves at home. We shouldn't do that, but the little girl is like, oh, here's your towels, washcloths. Okay, so she's not talking. We can see that. Now, I do wonder if she's not talking deliberately, or she doesn't know the language, or she doesn't know how to speak. Here's the thing. I don't think it is the matter of her not knowing the language, because the tree actually speaks in our language. So at first I thought maybe she doesn't know the language, but the tree can speak in our language, so I doubt that's the case. So it's probably she cannot speak, or she doesn't know how to speak, something like that. So they're obviously very fascinated looking at everything. Like Senta's like, oh, like this I think that was wine or something. He was looking at that and he's like drooling. He's like, I need to have something, some food or something. And Gabriel was like, don't do that. We don't even know if these monsters are like actually helping us out or not. Maybe this is a trap. In comes some good fruits, like a lot of peaches, berries. I think what else is there? Let me just check. These are some fresh fruits. Some peaches, berries. Wait a minute. Okay. Anyways, whatever those are. And Santa's just drooling. So the tree's like not poisoned. She eats them too. Now here's the thing. This kind of shows that the girl must be human. I think so. Otherwise, why would he suddenly say that, oh, it's not poisoned, she eats it as well? Because I think, at least, if the girl wasn't human, he probably wouldn't have mentioned anything about poison. Because if she wasn't human or something like, some kind of supernatural being, it wouldn't matter if it's poisoned or not. She probably could have consumed it and digested it. Like, that's how I think, obviously, but I might be wrong. But anyways, so when Daimon asks what's your relationship with her, he's like, I won't tell you. Won't tell you. And Daimon's like, yeah, I'm also not interested. So asks about the elixir of life and the location of it. And Yuzuriha comes in as well, again interrupting the whole conversation. Okay, so I can see it now. So there's like pears, peaches, some kind of orange looking fruit. Are those apples? I'm not sure. Like some really nice fruits they have. So Yuzuriha starts eating as well. Even the little girl is eating. So you can see Gamio is very strict. He's like, oh, I'm not here to eat. I need some information. And but you know what? Like I said, like in these type of situations, when you get food, you need to eat it. Otherwise, who knows? Maybe in the future you won't get enough food to eat. So he starts his information. Like he starts giving us information. He says that I don't know what humans call this place. We call it Kotaku. Kotaku. Okay. It is Shinsenkyo, where the gods live. Okay, Sagi said it's quite different from the gods and Shinsenkyo I've heard about. Aren't gods supposed to be spiritual beings? And he says, I have never left the island. I don't know anything about that. Interesting. So, alright, interesting. So, like, this is the thing. He is calling these creatures gods. But who knows, maybe they aren't really the gods that we know. Maybe they're like some different kind of supernatural beings who they call gods. Because like Sagi says, like, aren't gods supposed to be spiritual beings? But not necessarily in this situation. The people the people that they call gods, seems like they are like a different type of gods than our gods. The ones that we worship. Or who knows. But Gabi was like, does the elixir of life really exist? He says, of course it does. The legend has been passed down since ancient times. There you go. Everyone's like ears perk up. And he says, in the legend we call it Tan, source of eternal life. The elixir. It's like a little urn. Okay. So here, this part I didn't understand what Yuzuru was trying to tell. I was like, she's like, it's not a Mandarin. I'm like, what is she talking about? Then I realized. They had the impression that the elixir was was a Mandarin, like, because in the pictures and everything, and that's how it was portrayed. That is why she said that, isn't it a Mandarin? I was so confused. I was like, what is she talking about? What Mandarin? But then I realized what she's trying to say. So he says, Gaimon was like, where is it? The tree actually starts drawing. The island is divided into 3 regions. Shore and the woods are Eishu. Village is located in a region called the Hojo, is the middle layer. Tan is located in the Horai, which is the mists at the center of the island. Alright. So obviously this is like big information. So Gabi was like, yes, finally the elixir actually exists, so we can actually get out of here and I can go to my wife. So he also says that, do you have any proof this isn't made up? And he's like, yeah, like, like I'm pretty sure you yourself will get the proof because you still haven't met them. And once you do that, I doubt you'll be able to doubt us. So, okay, Tencent, this guy who the two brothers are fighting. Now, here's the thing: we get to see they have actually been able to cut him down, but he just regenerates, doesn't die, doesn't age, perfectly beautiful human beings. Not human beings, sorry, perfect beings. So he says you probably thought of the Soshin on your way here. Again, Soshin, that word. So I'm guessing Soshin are those big monsters. But the Tensen are on the different level. Nothing stands on a chance against them. Okay. He says, I know you found it strange that I saw. Okay, so basically what he's saying is like, you think that the reason why, like, you're confused why I'm brought you here and I'm like giving you hospitality. That's because I know you won't be able to survive. Now this part was a little bit confusing. At first I thought he was saying something like, wait a minute. Okay, no, wait a minute. There is a weird thing that happened here. This one part where he says that when he opens his mouth, there's something inside his mouth that kind of breaks. What the hell was that about? I'm not sure. What is that? Something significant? Who knows? Or maybe that was like a alarm or something. He alerted them over there. I don't know. Who knows? But I don't know. That was kind of weird, wasn't it? Like there's something inside his mouth that kind of broke. Anyways, I'm not going to think much about that. So from his words, what we can at first I was like, is he like going to try to attack us or something? But from his words, what I could gather is like he's basically saying is like, oh, this is the least I could do for you because this is the final amount of hospitality that you can ever get here. Because the more you go deeper in, Tencent will not leave you alone; he'll kill you. So this is just a little bit of hospitality, the final hospitality that you might be able to get. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's no use. You'll die either way. That's basically what he's saying. So Gabner points the sword at him, and he's like, oh, like, are you trying to attack us? And he's like, no, like obviously not. The Tencent, Tencent someone will defeat you and kill you off. And he says like they command the Soshin and punish the guilty. That is Tencent, especially who comes to the island. Okay, but do not worry. Those who are punished don't simply die. They are reborn as beautiful flowers. They are released from their sin and worldliness to achieve eternal bliss. Okay, and we see what has happened to the brother. Those vines come and grab him. Toma, I think that's his name. The younger brother's name Toma, wasn't it? He comes and starts pulling them off. And I was thinking, like, are they going to die here or something? But the big brother wakes up, and we don't really see much about them from that point onwards. Maybe in the next episode we'll see whether they're alive or dead. The tree says like lives that have been transformed into flowers become a source of tan. Makes so much sense because yeah, like so those people, like I'm guessing the trees take nourishment from them and provides it to the Tan, which is like the elixir of immortality or elixir of life. And the Tencent are basically the Tencent is basically that those two. I think I'm not sure if that the other person was also Tencent or not. Are they like the same person or not? But whatever it is, I'm sure that dude is called a god because he has consumed that immortality elixir. That's what I think. Like it's not that he's like a god or something. It's because he has consumed that elixir. That is why he's like this. And that's why everyone calls him god. I don't know. This is just a guess because it would make sense so much then. So okay, so yeah, the tree is like the elixir. Wait a minute, what was their name? I think they introduced themselves. Where did they introduce themselves? I think I missed that part. I think the girl's name was May or something, and the tree's name was something. I cannot find that part. Anyways, I'm sure they'll like repeat their name in the future episodes again. Okay, so he shows us that, oh, the elixir exists. Branch takes off his own branch, one of the branches, and shows how he regenerates back. And Garmin was pointing the sword at him, suddenly points it at the girl, and he's like, "Oh, is the girl the same as you?" And obviously the girl gets scared, like someone's pointing a sword at you. And Sagri said, "What the hell are you doing? Like, don't point iron blades at people." And he's like, "Wait, really? This is how I interact with people. What the hell?" Okay, the tree dude again is like, whether you believe it or not, this place is Shinsenkyo. Yeah, leaving the island won't be that easy. So later on, Gaimaru goes off to like bathe himself to kind of heal his wounds a little bit, and Sagiri is like, "I need to keep an eye on you. That's why I'm going with you." So you can see he says like, "Oh, Sagiri, you've been like you were drowsy a little bit a while ago." So and she obviously like tries to feign ignorance. She's like, "Nope, I was not drowsy." Okay, anyways, oh, wait, okay, there you go. They introduce themselves over here. The tree's name is Hoko, the girl's name is May. Okay, so they're like, we just want to live here peacefully, just leave us alone, and like do whatever the hell you want to. So, like, Gaimon was thinking, are everything true or not? Whether, like they said something which is like are all of these information correct, like they're thinking about it. And Senta also gave his own input in this. Senta said that in mainland Shenzhen philosophy, Tencent are high-ranking hermits. Wait, oh, so Tencent is the name of a rank, I think. I see. Tencent are high-ranking hermits. I believe Soshin and Horai are originally foreign Taoist terms as well. Soshin is those big dudes. I'm not exactly sure who the Horai are. Okay, these are foreign Taoist terms as well. So these are all the, as she says, as Gabimo says, these are all riddles. So we'll need to solve this later on. And while he's like talking about this, gets into the bath and sees May over there, like going to take a bath. And also May starts crying. And Gabimo's like, "Oh, I want to take a bath." Just leave. Sagri's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I also need to bathe a bath." And he says like, "I don't care. In our village, none of these was a thing. Gender, like all these, nobody cared about that. Except the chief, everyone who had a bath in their home, everyone like did it, like all together. So I don't care." But you can see here that the reason why May was crying here wasn't because she was embarrassed. She was embarrassed, but mostly because of a scar. She was trying to hide it. It's like a big scar. Now, like I said, this kind of proves one thing. Either she doesn't really have consumed the elixir of immortality, either that, number one, or she has consumed it, but she has consumed it after getting that cut. Because if she consumed it before, then the cut would have healed itself. Since it hasn't healed itself, it is like a scar. She either consumed it before or she hasn't consumed it at all. If she hasn't consumed the immortality elixir, then another question pops up: why is she still alive? They talks about like thousands of years and something like that. Another thing we have to think about: nobody here kind of told us whether this girl is thousands of years old or not. We are just assuming it. Maybe this girl is like the girl that the tree, I again forgot, Hoko, I think that was his name. Maybe the tree found the girl very recently in the forest or something. Probably not. No, you know what? Never mind, because the tree also says in one of the sections, he says that the girl and I have been have been born in this island, something like that. He says, which kind of shows that she is probably also immortal. But then why does she have the scar then? I'm not sure. I'm trying to think too much of this. We barely have any type of information and clues. So there's no need to rake my brains and try to think about this. I'm sure we'll get all the answers. But either way, there's a lot of mysteries that are still hovering around. So let's wait. So here we can see that Sagiri goes into her mom mode. She's like, all right, I'm going to show you how to properly bathe yourself. And he says, like, she says, I'll take charge so you can focus on bathing. So yeah, Gamma, you do your thing. So here you can see that Gamma's like, what's the point of this? Like, like, and she says that they gave us some, like, food and shelter, so I'm just providing them, like, like giving, helping them out. She goes to Gamma and she says, like, and you are also stretching yourself too thin, so you need to take care of yourself as well. So here you can see, like, this word that she said, we later on get to see that even his wife said the same thing to him. And I'm so curious, why the hell did Sagiri bring, like, I'm guessing those are like soap and shampoo, like she says that I have ash and camellia oil cake. There you go. So I'm guessing it's like some kind of shampoo. She brought it from the homeland. Oh my god, I'm just imagining, like, how, like what this shows? This shows how none of them were expecting anything like this happening here. Like, how everything in this island is so unexpected to them. Like, Sagiri brought shampoo with her because she probably thought that, oh, maybe, like, I guess she thought that maybe since we're in an island, I can, like, take a dip somewhere, and that's when I'm going to use my shampoo. And in no way did they imagine these type of crazy stuff is going to happen as soon as they get into the islands. It was so unexpected. Sagiri just brought shampoo with her as well. If she knew this was going to happen, I doubt she would have brought shampoo with her. But anyways, she's like, it did, like, come into, like, come handy, because now the, like, May, she's like using that on May, and May can get a good little shampoo bath. So Sagiri, like, starts washing her hair, and May is so, like, happy. May's like, oh my god, my hair looks so beautiful. You know what this scene kind of reminded me of? Those isekai shows where, like, like a certain character goes to a certain world where nobody knows, like, any type of modern things, like, it's like in the olden days, and this, like, main character protagonist who got isekai, he has all the information from the modern world. The first thing that he does is, like, introduces shampoo and soap into the world, and everyone is like, oh my god, what is this? After putting this in my hair is so beautiful now. That type of thing. I've seen so many isekai animes that have this thing where the main character introduces shampoo, and bam, it's a hit. Like, makes sense, obviously, because back in the olden days where shampoo and soap didn't exist, obviously if someone introduces something like that to them, they'll be baffled. They'll be like, what the hell is this? My hair is so beautiful now, after, like, washing my hair with this. So it makes sense. Like, this kind of reminded me of that, when May was looking at her hair and she was like, oh my god, what is this? Okay, so Sagiri's like, yeah, like I'm, like, this is the only thing that I can help you out with, like, and May is very happy. May is just hugs Sagiri, and she also starts hugging her. This is cute. Anyways, so Gabby was like, oh, like, so many things are happening, and these two are just, look at them, like, how, like, how she has lowered her guard. But then she remembers his wife had said the same thing to him before. His wife had also said that you're stretching yourself too thin. And, like, we get that little flashback where, like, his wife was, like, washing him. And Gabimaru wasn't really accustomed to this. So Gabimaru was like, yeah, like, I feel like my tension and battle instincts are getting washed away by the water. Because he's not used to this. He's always used to keeping his guard up. So he's not used to this. And he's, like, uncomfortable. So his wife is like, oh, are you saying that I am robbing you of your luck in battle or something? And he's like, no, that's what I'm telling. And she's like, no, you know what? You're stretching yourself too thin, And here's a really, what can I say, a really good thing she says here. She says that if you don't rest while you can, you'll collapse before the real battle. Now, obviously, he's like, real battle? Like, what real battle? Is someone attacking us? And she's like, no, the battle of life. That is the real battle. Which is true, if you think about it, like, yeah, like, all the things that we do all fall into the grand scheme, the battle of that life that we are, like doing. Like everyone is like, in that battle. Someone's battles are easy mode, someone's battle are probably hard mode. It depends. But everyone's fighting. Be it easy mode, be it hard mode, everyone is fighting in that battle. And she says that she's like the battle of life. Like at the end of the day, like living peacefully and honestly, doing your best to adhere to your convictions while sometimes going with the flow or concealing them, but no matter what, never let go. Yeah, not even the battle of Kawajima compares to the long, long battle of life. Like such a beautiful line. And she's like, in this battle, you're obviously the battle general, and I'm your strategic advisor. So listen to me. And when she's like, okay, so now you have to go into the water. So Gaima's like, nope, I'm not going in the water. So she's like, what is she, a cat? But anyways, Gaimar takes like puts on his robe, and he's like, all right, you just said about battle general and strategist. So as a general, can I issue an order as well? And he's like, don't hide your scar with your hair. Yeah. And I know you must have your reasons, but I don't mind it. Okay, so from this line, I could gather that this was probably like when they just recently got married. This is happening then, because like before, like in the previous flashbacks that we saw, she never really hid her scar. So that those happened after this. Here you can see she's hiding her scar. So after Garmier said this, she probably started like showing her scar and not hiding it. So this happened, I think, just very recently after they got married, I'm guessing. And obviously, when he said that, his wife like starts blushing. He says that you don't have to do that, don't have to hide your scars, and she like almost starts crying, and she says, I was simply styling my hair this way. Well, obviously I'm sure that was a lie because like her tears say otherwise. But Gardner, obviously, this is Gardner we're talking about. He was like, wait, really? Is that so? And she's like, but if that's what you wish, my general, I'm going to do that. Thank you. So, yeah, Gaimir remembers that. And she says the same thing to May as well. He's like, oh, like if you're embarrassed about the scars, do not be embarrassed. Yeah. And Saga says, like, sometimes women don't have that option. He says, I disagree. I know a woman with a large scar, and there's no one more beautiful than her. Appearances doesn't matter. I just love how the face that Sagari makes it. She's like, huh? And Gaiman's like, why are you looking at me like that? And she's like, no, like, this is probably the most decent thing you've said after after getting introduced to you. And May comes in and grabs his dress. Gardner is so confused what he should do here. He's like, okay. But Sagi is also thinking he's not a bad person, or maybe he's starting to change little by little. It's a mixture of both. He never was a bad person. He just was a person in a bad circumstance. And the change has the change that he has started undergoing. His wife had started that when they were together, in the village, and the change has started from his wife. His wife started changing him, but obviously after coming to this island, Sagri has also kind of provided to that, like him becoming a better person a little bit, especially that episode where Sagri said the same thing as his wife said, and provided him the path, the correct path to go on. That episode where they had a fight when Sagiri and Gamur was fighting, and Gamur almost tried to kill Sagiri but then stopped. And then Sagiri said you're a good person. I think that's what she said. So that as well. So it's a mixture. He's in the process of changing. Okay, now you can see that Gamur is very full of conviction. Now Gamur is like, yeah, you know what? From everything that we have gotten to hear from the tree, the illusion of life definitely exists here, and that means that I have to be successful in this. I need to go back, and that's where it ended. So a really good episode, a very chill episode, which is kind of I'm thankful for, because in this couple of episodes every episode was like, oh my god, it's like full of tension and crazy stuff was happening. So I'm glad that we got a little break. And I'm guessing the next episode again, we'll see what happens. And we don't know what happened to those two brothers. Are they alive? Are they dead? We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 7 of Hell's Paradise. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say and anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Hell's Paradise. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.